It's time for the Weekend Roundup. That's right. This is the place to come to find out what all's happening here in the Tennessee Valley for the upcoming weekend. Whether it's music, plays, festivals, whatever it is, this is the place to find out what to do. Actually, I guess I should say which to do, because there's just so much to do in this area. In fact, if we don't get your activity in, give us a call up here at 800-8949. Let us know what's going on, and we'll put it out there so everybody knows about it, because we can't have fun by ourselves now, can we? That's the thing about this area, man. We've got groups that will do just about anything and everything that's fun. Well, starting off here tonight at 9 p.m., so you can listen to this show and then go there afterwards. But tonight at 9 p.m., they're going to be having a rock soul band called the Revivalists that will be headlining tonight at the Revelry Room at the Chattanooga Choo Choo. This is a 7-member band, and they blend everything from New Orleans funk to hippie jam. Hippie jam. I don't know what hippie jam is. Might have to go up there and see what that is. Anyway, this is at the Revelry Room at 41 East 14th Street. And the admission is going to be $18 at the door. Let's see what else we got going here. Ooh, here we are. We're going to be having singer-songwriter Dale Ann Bradley. She's a 5-time female vocalist of the year for the International Bluegrass Music Association. And she will be in concert tomorrow night up at the Mountain Arts Community Center at 809 Kentucky Avenue up on Signal Mountain. So, in fact, local band Mountain Cove Bluegrass will open the show at 7 p.m. So if you want a good evening of some good bluegrass, tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Signal Mountain. Tickets are $15 for adults and $12 for seniors and $8 for children. Tickets will be available at the door. Let's see. Here's some more music. Well, it's just everybody's got music. That's one thing about Chattanooga. They've got music, and more music. Let's see. You're going to be having a Chattanooga musician, Nathan Bell, will be offering the pilot episode of a new series of performances at Barking Legs Theater down at 1307 Dodds Avenue. And that's going to be on Monday, the 19th. And they call it There's a Word for That. And this will begin at 8 p.m. Officials at the venue say that the new series is going to be a chance to build on the success of their Wednesday night jazz in the lounge, keeping the same kind of fun and informal setting. Admission is free. Now, you can't beat that price, folks. And I tell you what, ever since Barking Legs redesigned, that is a really nice place to go hang out at. They've got good music, good people, and just a good time. Well, speaking of a good time, country music duo Maddie and Tay will be in concert Saturday, the 17th at Track 29, which is over at 1400 Market Street. And the show is going to be part of their Start Here tour, named for their debut album. The singer-songwriters created a stir with their first single, Girl in a Country Song, which was kind of a humorous song. That was a fun little song. Anyway, the doors will open at 8 p.m. for the 9 p.m. show. Tickets are $15 in advance and $20 the day of. The show is restricted to ages 13 and up, and 13 through 17 must be accompanied by a parent or guardian. So if you want more information, just go to track29.co. Let's see. We've got a new venue in town called Puckett's. And they're over at 2 West Aquarium Way. And on Friday night, they're going to be having long haul from 9 to 10:30. And on Saturday, they're going to be having Rick Rushing and the Blue Strangers. And that will be also from 9 to 10:30. Now, the Friday night show, there's no cover. On the Saturday show, there will be a $12 cover. Now, Puckett's is kind of an interesting place. They just recently opened up here in the Chattanooga area, so we need to show them some love and welcome them to the city. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Leftover Salmon, a Colorado-based jamgrass band celebrating 25 years in the business, will play an acoustic show Wednesday at the Revelry Room, and that's at 41 East 14th Street. Tickets are $20. They've played this area several times. They're kind of an interesting band. Jamgrass, they call themselves. Anyway, so let's see. Now, if you want something a little bit different, they're going to be having the African Children's Choir, which has members from 7 to 10 years old, and they will be performing both Sunday, October the 18th, at 10:30 a.m. at Berks United Methodist Church at 6433 Hickson Pike, and at 7 p.m. at Grace Presbyterian Church at 2107 Threadmill Road in Dalton. Their program will feature children's songs, traditional spirituals, and gospel favorites. Now, this choir is a nonprofit humanitarian and relief organization that helps some of Africa's most vulnerable children. So they're accepting free will offerings for the choir's parent organization, Music for Life. So if you're interested in some something a little different, that's the African Children's Choir. Okay, let's see. Well, going from one group of people from out of the country to somebody else that's from out of the country. You've got Don Adler, who's a Canadian, and he is going to be playing, let's see, at Charles and Myrtle's Coffee House over at 105 McBrien Road. So Don Adler is a finger-styled guitarist. They say his unorthodox percussive playing has led to a slew of endorsements, and he's been in a number of different music contests where he's even taken the finger-styled guitar championship at the Walnut Valley Festival in Kansas. So they say that his Saturday, October the 17th tour will bring him to Chattanooga, where he'll be at Charles and Myrtle's Coffee House. That's a really interesting little laid-back setting over there. Real nice. I mean, there's no bad seats because it's such a small venue. You know, no matter where you're at in the room, you're up close. That's an interesting one. I've been there a couple of times. Anyway, this date is one in a string of shows that are supporting his 7th studio album. In fact, it's his first, though, since 2008. So he had a little bit of a lapse there for a while. Anyway, Armed and Dangerous was released in September, and so he's now touring to support that new album. He says, hopefully people will see the passion in my playing. That's what I'm noted for live. So sounds like he's got a little something there to prove. Let's see. Oh, now this is kind of interesting. If y'all are interested in gospel music, boy, are they going to have some gospel music on Saturday. 5 of the top Southern gospel groups will having kind of like a Battle of the Songs in concert Saturday, October 17th at Memorial Auditorium. And that's at 399 Macaulay Avenue. Scheduled to perform are the groups Gold City, the Kingsmen, the Triumphant Quartet, the Perrys, and Appointed Quartet. Music starts at 6:30, although the doors open at 5:30. So tickets are $21 reserved, $16 for general admission, and children 12 and under can get in for free. So if you want more information or to find out more about the lineup, go to ChattanoogaOnStage.com. That's ChattanoogaOnStage.com. Let's see here. Okay, they're going to have something a little different down on MLK Boulevard. A pop-up arts space is coming Saturday, the 17th, and they're going to be having both visual and performing artists down at Martin Luther King. This is going to be a month-long celebration of Chattanooga's musical heritage. They say that the goal of the pop-up art space is twofold. First, it's to engage more people in the work being done to revitalize MLK Boulevard. And second is to celebrate the rich cultural and artistic history of that district. Saturday's party will take place in the former UTC Community Partnership Center at 401 MLK Boulevard. They're going to be giving local creative communities an opportunity to share their talents in an accessible space as benefits the surrounding neighborhoods and businesses. The pop-up will feature the works of visual artists and musicians. It will continue Thursdays through Saturdays till the end of the month. So there again, that's from 3 to 8 p.m. Saturday, October 17th, and admission is free for the start off. Now, if you want a little bit of outdoor music, this is something a little bit more interesting. Down at Greenway Farms at 5051 Gann Story Road in Hickson, you've got Fireside at the Greenway. They're going to be having a free outdoor music series that will be continuing with acoustic, folk, and southern rock music by Aaron Medley. And that's 7 to 9 p.m. tonight. So if you're interested in getting, I'm sure if you're a few minutes late, they're not going to worry about it, but you can bring blankets or camp chairs, bring some marshmallows for roasting on the bonfire. You know, you can just go out there and just sit under the open sky and listen to some good music. So, and if you want more information on that, you can go to outdoorchattanooga.com. Of course, if you're not the outdoor type, or if you just don't feel like being outdoors right now, you can go to Meet the Addams Family. Of course, everybody remembers the Addams Family TV show. Well, they're actually going to be having the Addams Family musical. It's going to be at the Tivoli Theater from 7:30 on Friday. It's going to be at 2 and 7:30 on Saturday and 2 p.m. on Sunday. And they say that Closed Door Entertainment is going to be kicking off this Halloween season with the Merrily Macabre family, the Addams Family, with doing the 4 shows at the Tivoli this weekend. And now in this musical, Wendy's grown up and has gotten engaged. She's telling her parents about her pending wedding and that she has invited her fiance and his parents over to meet the family. Needless to say, it gets interesting. Well, this is a family-friendly show, and if you're interested, you can go to closeddoorentertainment@gmail.com. And like I said, it's going to be at the Tivoli Theater, and tickets run from $20 up to $28. And, of course, this time of year, we start having lots and lots of outdoor stuff. That's the thing about fall. It just begs you to go out and do something. Well, of course, you see, we've talked a lot about a lot of the haunted houses and how scary some of them are. Not everybody's all off into being scared. You know, there's families that have got young children out there that, yeah, you know, a little bit of scary is okay, but you don't want to scare them to death now after all, do you? You're more interested in having some good family fun. Well, 3 haunts are available this weekend. They're going to appeal to families with young children. Now, down at Audubon Acres at 900 North Sanctuary Road, they're going to be having Acres of Darkness, and that's going to be from 8 to 11 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays for the rest of the month. They say this family adventure includes a hayride, blacklight maze, face painting, pumpkin decorating, a bonfire with s'mores, and a trail that passes the haunted forest and Gold's graveyard, but it's a tamer little trail, so, you know, it's good for kids. And that's going to be $15 for non-members and $5 for Chattanooga Audubon Society members. And, of course, if you go out there, you might want to just go ahead and join, get in a little cheaper, and help support the Chattanooga Audubon Society year-round. Now, you've also got the Boo in the Zoo. That's at the Chattanooga Zoo, of course. That's going to be 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays for the rest of the month. And they're going to be having animal encounters where they actually have some of the people walking around with some of the tamer animals that you can reach over and pet and maybe even hold, depending upon what it is. They've got enrichment activities and photos with costume characters, trick-or-treating, and a costume contest, and this is all included in the admission price. Let's see, you've got, and the admission price is $8.95 for adults and $5.95 for children 3 and up. And finally, you've got the Erie Express. That's the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum over at 4119 Cromwell Road. And they're going to be at 5:45 and 7:30 p.m. on Fridays, 3:30, 5:45, and 7:30 p.m. on Saturdays. So multiple chances there, and that's going to be for the rest of the month. And they're going to be having passengers begin by boarding a vintage train for a trip over 4 different bridges through the Missionary Ridge Tunnel and back. Passengers disembark at the Funhouse Station for storytelling and a Gentle Thrills Funhouse. After all, this is family friendly, remember. And they're going to be having blacklight miniature golf, temporary tattoos, coloring pages, costume contest, a petting zoo, and more. So for the admission is $22 for ages 2 and up. For more information, just go to TV Rail for Tennessee Valley, tvrail.com. Well, let's see. Now, also out at Greenway Farm over at 3010 Hamel Road, they're going to be having a citizen forestry class. That's where you can learn all about trees and tree planting and care. 2 beginners classes and 1 advanced class are there to choose from, and that's going to be from 9 a.m. to noon on Saturday, October 17th. The classes are $20 each. But, you know, if you're wanting to maybe plant some fruit trees or something in your backyard, this is a good place to go find out what to do and how to do it. Let's see. Ooh, we've got the Blue Point Brewing Company at 518 Georgia Avenue is going to be having the Boatyard Bash. They're going to be having beer samples, and you can meet brewers, and you can see cooking demonstrations or participate in a scavenger hunt. And this is all for a fundraiser for the Make-A-Wish East Tennessee. And this is going to be from 2 to 7 p.m. on October 24th. So that's next week. But it's always good to plan ahead, especially in this area. And then, of course, we were already talking yesterday about how they were going to be having the grand opening of the Imbibe, which is going to be a new wine and spirits store. And they're going to be having all sorts of interesting things going on both Friday and Saturday from 10 to 10. But primarily on Friday evening, they're going to be having cheese samples. They're going to be having tastings. They're going to have $7 growler fills. And they're going to be having special guests, including Peter Wygant, the Green Man Brewery, and Chattanooga Whiskey. And folks, this store is something to see to believe. It is really spectacular. And that's over at 1616 Broad Street, Friday and Saturday for their grand opening. Well, of course, you've got all sorts of festivals that are coming up. You've got Kettner's Mill. I mean, the 3rd weekend of October, that always means Kettner's Mill. Been there a number of times. Man, you walk out there, you get all the different smells of meat being grilled, of kettle corn, and all sorts of stuff just, you know, wafting through the air. And you get to hear the whoosh of the Millstream's water wheel and the jingle of, you know, the horses as they have wagon rides and whatnot. Not to mention the over 100 crafters that are there to show you some of the things they've made just waiting for you to buy and take home. So you can also get to see things like cloggers and fiddlers and singers and the petting zoo, just, you know, all sorts of things going on at Kettner's Mill. And then let's see. Ooh, here's one's kind of interesting. A brand new one here in town. Well, I say in town, it's actually over in Cleveland, the Sunflower Stables Barn Sale and Market. They're going to be having antiques and vintage clothing and repurposed furniture and just all sorts of jewelry and artwork, and there's going to be food vendors, a farmer's market, and a pumpkin patch for the kids. And this is going to be at the Tri-State Exhibition Hall near Exit 20 off of I-75 in Cleveland. Let's see, some of the other ones that are going to be, just kind of mention them real quick. You're going to be having the Black Bear Festival at Town Park up in Chatsworth, and that's going to be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. And there's a cover charge of $2 for ages 11 and up. And you've got the Cleveland Apple Festival in downtown Cleveland at 155 North Ocoee Street, where, again, they're going to be on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 and 1 to 6 on Sunday. $5 for adults and $4 for children. And let's see. Ooh, the Color Fest up at Mentone Brow Park up in Mentone, Alabama. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday, and that is Central Time. We got to remember where Mentone is. They're over there on the other side of that line, you know. So, and they have, let's see, free admission. However, they have a $10 Saturday chili cook-off and a $10 Friday night fish fry. So if you want more information, go to mentonecolorfest@gmail.com. Let's see. Ooh, a fall barbecue and arts and crafts show up in Chapel Hill off of I-127 and 283, which is 5 miles southeast of Dunlap, Tennessee. And that's going to be on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. with an $8.50 cover charge. They're going to be having a little more local here. You're going to be having the Fall Festival at Tyner United Methodist Church at 6805 Standard Gap Road from 1 to 4 p.m. on Saturday, and that is free. You've got a Fall Festival over at Pleasant Grove Baptist Church on Gann Road from 4:30 to 6:30 on Sunday evening with hay rides, games, a petting zoo, and concessions and inflatables. Oh, and this one's always a fun one. Gold Rush Days at Dahlonega, the site of the United States' first gold rush. A lot of people don't know about that, and you can get that. And they've got a museum out there that goes into the very first gold rush in America, and that's going to be from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturday and 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. on Sunday, and it is free. And they've got more than 300 vendors all around the downtown square. You've got the Goodlet Farm Festival up in Rock Spring, Georgia from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday. And that's going to include a concert by James Rogers. And then let's see, Harvest Fest. Now, this is interesting, folks. Harvest Fest is going to be at the Harvest Grocery Store at 5414 Hickson Pike, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, and that's going to be free admission. And they're going to have music by Ginger Coulter and her band, and lots more. They're going to have vendors and artisans, and we are going to be there. That's right. Hot News Talk Radio is going to be covering Harvest Fest all day long. So come on out and see Hot News Talk Radio at the Harvest Fest. We'll be back right after these words.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Expect fair skies to continue through the nighttime. We'll see a few late clouds, lows into the lower 50s. For Friday, though, more sunshine returns, becoming breezy for the afternoon, highs near 72. Much cooler for the weekend with lots of sun and highs into the lower to middle 60s. Randy's Pawn Shop in Trenton is having a divorce liquidation auction this Saturday. Gun safes, even Randy's prize Colt pistol collection and Harley all have to go at Randy's Pawn Shop just off 559 Trenton. And I'm WDEF News 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Ward.
On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Costa, host of the Costa Report, every Sunday at 9 a.m. Did you know that a quarter of the world's population will experience mental illness? My guest this week is former Congressman Patrick Kennedy, who says the United Nations must make mental illness a priority. Find out why this Sunday at 9 a.m. on the Costa Report, right here on AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
It's Rick Davis Golden Diamonds half-off remounting party going on right now. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds half-off remounting party is an affordable way to revitalize your jewelry. Don't miss the party going on today at Rick Davis half-off remounting party. Give your diamond ring a fresh new look or a new design, as Rick's Golden Diamonds will fix it quickly, or maybe even while you wait. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, 40 years of service, 5301 Brainerd Road, 5301 Brainerd Road. Call 580-2587, 580-2587 for Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, an affordable way to revitalize your jewelry. The half-off party's going on today, so don't miss it at Rick Davis Golden Diamonds. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, 5301 Brainerd Road. Call 580-2587. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds.
Tired of insurance companies? Tired of doctors that won't spend time with you? Do something different. Leave the sick care model of medicine and come to Dr. Danielle Mitchell, the Chattanooga Sports Institute and Center for Health, where we're interested in long-term health solutions, not the quick fixes. Come see me, Dr. Danielle Mitchell, at the Chattanooga Sports Institute and Center for Health. I'm all about the long-term healthcare solutions and doing what's best. On the web, you can find me at ChattanoogaSportsInstitute.com. That's ChattanoogaSportsInstitute.com. Or call us at 875-1005, 875-1005, or find us on social media, Facebook, Dr. Danielle Mitchell, or the ChattanoogaSportsInstitute.com. Let's go, ya!
We've got a table here at Delia's and Saudi Daisy, ready to delight in a plate of authentic Mexican food. Delia's spreads a rich selection: loaded nachos, crazy chicken, homemade tamales, maybe the enchiladas with beef, chicken, pork, quesadillas. Every dish beautifully pictured on the menu to help us decide. Join us for lunch or dinner. We're at Delia's and Saudi Daisy on Dayton Pike near the Thrasher Light. Here's dinner. Delia's uses the freshest ingredients, cooked to perfection. Nachos, homemade. Delia's open every day except the Lord's Day. For lunch and dinner, treat yourself to Delia's genuine Mexican food. In Saudi, call 521-7145. That's 521-7145.
That smells so good. Smells like a big Italian dinner. But you're going to walk out with two. Buy one hot pizza, get a one for free. 2 pizzas. You got the 2 for the price of 1 at Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. My favorite Italian restaurant of all the time. Now, I'm living in Hicks, and I go to Raphael's right down the street in Hicks and Pike, right near Highland Plaza. You're in Saudi Daisy? At Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria in Saudi Daisy. Just next to Saudi Daisy Church of God. Hey, you're on Signal Mountain. There's a Raphael's Italian Restaurant and a Pizzeria. It's right on the main drag. You're going to love the pasta, the pizza. Buy one hot pizza, get a one for free. 2 pizzas. You got the 2 for the price of 1 at Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. Tastes so good. Bring the whole family. Come on, Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. Mangia. Salute.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Hot News Talk Radio. We're back. That's right. You can always get us on Twitter for the most up-to-date news and traffic reports and weather. You can get us at hotnewstalkradio.com, where you can get archive shows. You can get the live show that we're doing right now. So I'm trying to think what to say. You can get us on YouTube. And, of course, you can always just put us on the radio at 1240 a.m. Well, let's see. We're talking about weekend roundup, talking about what we're going to be doing this weekend or which to do. Well, several weeks back, of course, we've had rain, and more rain. I haven't even been able to mow my yard yet. Still waiting on it to dry out enough to be able to mow. But anyway, several weeks back, they were going to clean Suck Creek with the Tennessee River Rescue. Well, this community cleanup effort to clear the Tennessee River of over a year's worth of litter and debris has been rescheduled for Saturday, October 17th. Volunteers are asked to help out for at least 2 hours between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Registration is not required, but there is a limited supply of complimentary T-shirts and supplies. Volunteers should dress for muddy conditions, as you are going to get dirty, folks. They've got 22 different work zones set up all through Hamilton, Bradley, and even Marion County. And they've even got zones for boaters and canoeists. So if you want to get out there and kind of get in a little exercise at the same time paddling, you can do that too. Just go to TennesseeRiverRescue.org. That's TennesseeRiverRescue.org for more information on how you can help beautify the Tennessee River. And let's see. One of the things that's kind of interesting about this area is, of course, we've got groups that have actually been here for a long time. They've actually built up quite a following over the years, and one of those is the Shaking Ray Levi Society. Few acts or organizations have done more to elevate Chattanooga's art scene than the Shaking Ray Levi Society. They've been around for 30 years now, and they've pushed the envelope about as far as it can go in nearly all aspects in performance and visual art. Man, they've had film, visual, music, spoken word, whatever it is. The more interesting, the more experimental it is, the better they like it. And usually the better we like it too, as people going there. Well, they're going to be having a retrospective looking back at some of the organization's 3 decades of influence at the Apothecary Gallery on Macaulay Avenue today through Monday. So that's the 15th through the 19th. This multimedia exhibition will include videos, photos, marketing posters, and live music. So if you want to do that, that is again from 5 to 7 p.m. today through Monday. They're going to be having an opening reception and music performance that's actually going on right now. And they're going to have a closing talk by Tom Landis. And that's at the Apothecary Gallery at 744 Macaulay Avenue. And that is free. So let's see. Well, over at the Webb School Arts and Crafts Show at Webb School, which is number 4 Railroad Square in Bell Buckle, Tennessee, they're going to be having more than 500 booths set up on their campus square for their Arts and Crafts Show. Again, that's in Bell Buckle, Tennessee, and that's going to be 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. I'll see. Some more things going on here. Let's see. Oh, of course, up at Cloudland Canyon, we always like promoting our different parks. Doesn't have to necessarily be a Tennessee park. Some of the other parks, like you've got Cloudland Canyon, which is in Rising Fawn, Georgia. Well, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday and Sunday through October the 31st, they're going to be having wild cave tours. Boy, you can get down underground. You can be crawling and climbing around with the Georgia Girl Guides. And that's from 10 a.m. to noon. And that's $30 to $60 plus $5 parking. Reservations are required. So if you are interested in doing some spelunking, just give them a call at 800-979-3370. Now, on Saturdays through October 31st at Cloudland Canyon, they're going to be having hay rides, followed by campfires with s'mores and hot dogs. That's going to be from 2 to 6 p.m. They say that rides leave on the tour on the hour. And that's $5 for adults and $3 for children. Now, down at DeSoto State Park, which is in Fort Payne, Alabama, they're going to be having, in Thursdays in October, they're going to be having a community Little River paddle, 5 to 8 p.m., weather permitting. And then on Friday, October 16th, tomorrow, they're going to be having a plant discovery walk from 4 to 5 p.m. Just meet at the country store and information center. And Robert Wilson will be leading a hike around a boardwalk, identifying plants with information on plants that are good for medicinal, edible, and even utilitarian uses. They say bring a camera and a notebook because there's going to be lots of information. And then on Saturday, the 17th, they're going to be having a campfire talk with Cherokee folklore with Jerry Coleman. And that's going to be from 6 to 7 p.m. They say bring a camp chair, and if it's raining, the storytelling will move inside the nature center. But right now, there's no rain in the forecast, so it's looking good. Let's see. Also, on Saturdays and Sundays, Saturday and Sunday, October 17th and 18th, they're going to be having a blacksmith forging demonstration. And that's going to be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on both days. Okay, let's see. Okay. Well, they're going to be having a gun and knife show at the Alhambra Shriners Temple at 1000 Alhambra Drive, where you can buy, sell, trade, or just look at all the different displays set up by vendors. And they're going to be having private and retail sales available. And that's going to be 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Admission is $10 for ages 13 and up. And then the following weekend, they're going to be having another gun show at the Dalton Convention Center down at Dug Gap Road in Dalton, where the Eastman Gun Show will be offering hundreds of tables to meet the needs of hunters to collectors, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., both the 24th and the 25th. Yeah, let's see here. And, of course, we've always got our friends over at the Soddy Daisy Hiking Club. You know, and, of course, they're always real good about helping people learn how to get out and take advantage of nature. And they encourage people to bring water, a snack, and to wear proper clothing and shoes. I mean, you don't want to be going through some of those brambles in shorts, and you definitely don't want to be going up a big rocky trail in flip-flops now, do you? So, on Saturday, they're going to be having Snow Falls, which is a strenuous 10-mile hike, which includes creek crossings. And they say they want everybody to meet at the Durham Street parking lot in Soddy Daisy at 9 a.m. And then let's see, on Tuesday, that was on Saturday. And then on Tuesday, the 20th, they're going to be doing Slutter Lane to Mulberry Pike, a moderate 5 miles. So this would be a good one for somebody who's just really starting to get into it. They're going to stage vehicles at the Durham Street parking lot in Soddy Daisy at 9 a.m. You know, and these people will take good care of you too, you know. So if you want to get out and start hiking, this is a good group to start out with. Let's see. An Oktoberfest benefit by the Knights of Columbus Council at 7615 Lee Highway. They're going to be having beer and brats and schnitzel and dancing and big screen football. I mean, you got to watch football now on the weekend, don't you? Where they're going to be having a fundraiser for the Chattanooga Area Special Olympics. This is going to be from 4 to 10 p.m. on October 24th, next weekend, not this weekend. And they're going to be having free admission, but concessions will be sold. Let's see. Reflection Riding and Arboretum and Nature Center at 400 Garden Road is going to be having a 3-hour paddle down Lookout Creek. And this is paddling by moonlight. So it's not during the middle of the day, folks. This is a nighttime tour when you start getting all the different little animals and birds coming out so that you can really see a lot of nature. And this is going to be starting at 6:30 p.m. And it says that non-members are $15 and it is free to members. So $15 for adults, $7 for children. Advanced registration and payment is required. And let's see. They have a phone number here for more information. And that's 423-821-1160. So something a little different, something, it'd be good to have the kids take along and get them to get close up with nature. Let's see. Well, besides the haunted houses that we were talking about a little earlier, you've also got corn mazes in the area. You've got the Enchanted Maze at Blowing Springs Farm in Chattanooga Valley Road, which this is part of the, who is that part of? Rock City. I'm sorry. I kind of blanked out there for a second. And that's going to be Thursdays through Sundays through the 31st. And it's go to enchantedmaze.com and tickets are $10 to $20. You've got the Guthrie Farm and Corn Maze at the Guthrie Pumpkin Farm up in Riceville. That's at 490 County Road 67. And that's going to be Fridays and Sundays through October 31st. $10 for adults and $8 for ages 3 through 12. You've got the Mayfield Corn Maze at Mayfield Farms up in Athens, Tennessee. And I think, if I recall correctly, that is part of the Mayfield family, which has Mayfield milk. So, and that's going to be open Wednesday through Sundays through October 31st, $8 to $11. Let's see. And of course, the big Oktoberfest celebration is going to be coming up this weekend at the Chattanooga Market. So they say that merriment is the goal of the market's Oktoberfest celebration, which will fill the First Tennessee Pavilion both Saturday and Sunday. Normally they're just Sunday, but it's just too much fun for one day. They got to have 2 days there. And that's going to be, of course, the 17th and the 18th, where they're going to be having the sights and the smells and the sounds of German culture. Just think, well, they're going to be having lederhosen and bratwurst and oompa music. Nothing like a good polka to get out there and get you in a dance mood, folks. You can't not sit still in a polka. Anyway, but this weekend we'll provide a variety of Bavarian foods, beer gardens, and music by Chattanooga's Worst Brats and Nashville's Nerman Beglovic Band. And they will be playing both days at the Mountain View stage. And Saturday has 2 extra events where they're going to be having the Chattanooga Oktoberfest 5K race, which will begin at 5 a.m. and end with a cold beer at the finish line. So you work it off and start putting it right back on. Yes, sir. Anyway, on-site registration opens at 6:30 a.m. and costumes are highly recommended. So you get on some of your lederhosen shorts and whatnot, and, get you on your suspenders and just start running. Anyway, the crowning of Mr. and Mrs. Oktoberfest will take place at 5 p.m. and they're going to be having 200 vendors set up both days, showcasing, of course, like always at the market, crafts, artisanal foods, handmade arts and crafts, produce, you name it, they'll have it. Meanwhile, up on Lookout Mountain, Rock City's 10th annual German festival, Rocktoberfest, is continuing for the next 2 weekends. They're going to be also including German food and drink, live German music and dance performances, polka dance lessons, storytelling with the Troll King and Bird of Prey shows, and several other children's activities. They're going to be having a fall fairy house and Rocky's German Adventures for Children. So let's see, that's going to be, the hours are 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, and tickets are $22.95 for adults and $12.95 for children 3 to 12. And the park is open till 6 p.m. So, there's always stuff going on out there at Rock City. So let's see. Now here's another one that's pretty interesting. The Gibbs Gardens Fall Superfest. This is going to be October 17th through November 15th. So it's starting this coming Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. 17th and the 18th and the 24th and 25th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., where they'll be having their Japanese Arts and Culture Festival. So this is something a little different. This is a really gorgeous garden area, the Gibbs Gardens. It's up above Atlanta, so it's not right around the corner. But they're going to have stuff there that you just don't see every day. They're going to be having Japanese tea ceremonies, Japanese dancing, archery, and we're talking Japanese archery, which is very, very different than the archery we're used to seeing here in the States. They're going to be having sumo wrestling. They're going to be having origami, martial arts demonstrations, a plants and crafts sale, and they will also be having Japanese food available for purchase. And then that's going to be followed by the Japanese Maple Festival, November 7th and 8th, and the 14th and 15th, where they've got literally thousands of Japanese maples, and they'll have live food and music, not live food, live music and food and wine available for purchase on the 7th. So if you want more information or maybe directions on how to get to the Gibbs Gardens, just go to GibbsGardens.com. That's GIBBS, GibbsGardens.com for event details. So, and like I said, there's so much going on in the area. It's hard to come up with all the stuff that we need to tell people about. And that's where y'all come in. If you know of something going on, if y'all have a neighborhood event, or if you know of a festival somewhere that you think everybody else might be interested in, we cover quite a bit of area here in the Tennessee Valley. We get up into Sequatchie a little bit, Soddy Daisy. We even get over into Bradley County quite a bit. So if you know of something, give us a call here at 800-8949 and let us know so we can tell everybody about it. Now, going to something a little bit less fun talking, but something that needs to be brought up to everybody. Here lately we've been having a number of different shootings happening around the country, mass shootings, and even the president was talking about it the other day. And of course, everybody's always more gun rules, more gun rules, more gun rules. Well, there is a way to stop these mass shootings. There really is. Are you ready? Because here it comes. If you notice those around you who seem isolated, if you see that kid sitting over off by himself, that loner, maybe starting to get a little depressed, you need to go talk to them. You need to go engage them. You need to go be involved with them. That kid that might be the last one picked for the team, maybe pick him first for a change. If we did this, if every one of us did this, we'd have a culture that was deeply committed to ensuring that no one was left out and left lonely. And folks, you look at these people that have done these things, every one of them has been a loner. Every one of them has been off by himself. Loneliness is a terrible thing. And a lot of times it's this loneliness that causes these shooters to lash out. People with solid connections to other people just don't do these things. They don't indiscriminately fire guns at strangers. Well, I know a lot of y'all are probably thinking that's never going to work because no one's going to make the effort to connect with the strange kid sitting off by himself at lunch every day. No one's going to reach out to that, awkward kid at work and ask him about his weekend. Maybe even invite him to go somewhere. All these different festivals that we talk about. That'd be a good thing to have a group go. A lot of times you have like church groups or Boy Scout troops or things like this going to these things. This is the things that we need to invite these kids on, and that's the important thing, because the things that aren't going to work in this country when it comes to stopping these things are all the ones that everybody keeps talking about, but they're not going to work. I mean, think about it. They say ban all guns. Well, first off, we've got the Second Amendment. They're not going to ban guns. Because first off, if they were going to ban guns, they'd need a constitutional amendment to do it, and there's never going to be 30-plus states willing to overturn it. Let's assume for a second that they actually did ban guns. There are more guns than people in this country. They say there's over 300 million guns. You can't come close to collecting them all. There are always going to be guns. And if prohibition and the war on drugs has taught us anything, it's that the crooks are going to always have guns. That's just what they do, you know. Well, they say, well, what if we ban scary guns like the AR-15? Well, fully auto weapons are already banned. Most of these shootings occur not with rifles or shotguns. They occur with handguns. And those, like I said, they're not going anywhere. Murder is illegal, and that doesn't stop these people from doing it. You think having a gun law is going to stop them? They already know they're breaking the law. Well, they say, well, we need to keep them out of the hands of the bad people. How are you going to do that? Felons are already prohibited from owning a gun. But they do it anyway. And a lot of these guns were obtained legally. You know, on some of them, the kids' parents had bought the guns, and the kids just went and got the guns. So how do you keep it out of their hands? Well, they say, well, we need to do something about mental health. Okay. How are you going to do that? You're going to make every single person in the entire country get a psychiatric exam? Not to mention the fact that medical records are supposed to be private. How are you going to make sure that everybody is screened? They say, well, we got to do something. Well, that's right. We do got to do something. And that's where it comes down to us. We have to engage these people. We have to help them out. You know, it might be comfortable to forget them. In fact, a lot of people would probably prefer to forget them. But we have to change that. Most of us have strong family connections and healthy relationships. We need to make these people feel like they're part of a group, part of the community, part of the church, part of the workforce, part of the group. Because that's what keeps them with everybody else. They're not going to shoot a friend. And if you're their friend, they ain't going to shoot you. It's important. This is vital, not to just the kids that are doing these things, but to the rest of us. It's up to us. Social isolation is one of the most devastating things you can do to a human being. I don't care how old you are. So the most important thing to do this weekend is go out there and make a friend. It might be more interesting than you thought. We'll see you tomorrow with Cowboy Up with Tex.